Hey guys, it is me, Simone, and in this video, one of the first couple videos that goes on my channel, I'm going to be talking about Recast. And this is kinda of a response to like BJD's video and to other ones that I've seen, and it's just my opinion, things I kinda want to have answered and put out there, things that come to my mind, etc. So I think that's pretty much all I gotta say. The original video that I am talking about too, she has taken it down. I guess she has realized kind of how hateful it comes across. When I was watching the video, I really don't care personally, you know, you do whatever you want to do really in a sense, but it just came from a place of so much hate, and I know it's like frustration too, but it was just not, I don't think it was something that I would post because it came from a very raw place. And what she did insinuate in that video is bullying, basically. And it was very funny because I've seen a couple people talk about it and mention that she was bullied at one point in time in this hobby. And to me, it was kind of crazy to learn that about her. She has admitted this in her new video, and then see her basically tell people to go on a witch hunt, find these people, and then basically blast them, tell everybody they're a Recast owner or they're Recast neutral or whatever, and just cut them off, don't communicate with them, and push them in a little corner, and then hopefully they'll just leave. That's bullying. That is such you're forcing people out of something that they enjoy however they enjoy it, and to me that's bullying. That it really is bullying. And it's kind of pressuring people to pick a side and do what you want them to do, and what you want them to do is to get legit dolls, and if they don't, they're not welcomed, and you're going to find a way to get them out, whether isolate them in a corner or whatever. That to me is just so childish. It's so childish. I just can't understand that. Most of us, you know, are adults, and some of us are like young adults, so I don't see how we can't find a mature age and then act that mature age, because it's so annoying. It really is. Oh my gosh. But let's get into this video and start more about it. I'm just going to address some couple points I've been just wanting to address. So if you don't know what Recast is and you're kind of oblivious to this, I think almost everybody at one point is oblivious to what a Recast is. But a Recast is just like if Fairyland made a doll and a company will buy the doll from that company, or get somebody to buy it for them, or they'll ask somebody to send them the doll that they bought from the company. They'll disassemble it, make a mold, and then cast their own doll from that mold and sell it. That is essentially what a Recast is. Alright? Plain and simple. People hate Recasts because they can affect the company, because the company is losing profit out of you buying that Recast versus buying their doll, and they can affect the company. The company can feel less motivated to make more artwork, sculpt more dolls, because they have that fear of their artwork being stolen. And then it can affect the secondhand market, which is the community, because it's very hard to find a legit doll if you are in the market for that, and sometimes it can break trust lines because people have lied about their Recast to get the profit they might want. Yeah, it's a good profit margin right there. I don't think that's right, but whatever. The reasons people do buy a Recast is because money. It's cheaper to get a Recast, and it depends on the case that you get. It can be several $100s cheaper, but it really does depend. A lot of times the bigger dolls and some of the more rare and detailed dolls can be closer to an entry-level price point, but still, if you compare it to the original price point of a company doll, it's still way cheaper. I'll give you an example. I really love the Impulse House. I think it's HID. Falcon, I think is his name. I don't know. And he is, for me to get him in the scope, still in the scope, the color I would want him, he would have been $920, I think. And I don't know if that was including shipping, if they have like a price point, or I paid $60 in shipping. So let's say that it doesn't include the pricing of shipping, and so it'll be like $980. Sorry, so 200. So it'll be almost $1,000 to buy that doll. And I've seen him on AliExpress and eBay for, I've seen him on AliExpress for like $200, and I've seen him on eBay for like $280. It's the highest I've seen him. So compare the price point. He is way cheaper on AliExpress. Just giving you an idea. He's no longer being sold. It's completely sold out. Moving on. The next reason people go through and get a recast is because it's faster shipping. Most recasts will get to you within 2 or so months, 2 or 3 months, compared to most companies, unless you get it from a distributor, will take could take like 6-7 months to get to you, depending on the seller. Yeah, I've seen processing times about 3 months just to get dolls. So a lot of people do want that instant gratification. The next thing is you can get more colors. Some sellers don't, some companies don't offer like tan skin or dark skin or blue skin or purple skin or whatever skin, all the skins. So for some people it's really important that they get a doll in a certain skin color, and a recast can give it to you, and it's more willing to figure out how to help you get that skin color that you so desire. Next thing is customer service. I've seen people post this a lot of times, that they personally feel that customer service is way better from a recast shop owner. I've had people show me like how attentive, quick they are answering questions, how helpful they are, willing to kind of, I'm gonna say bend over backwards, but just help out. So some people love that, and sometimes from a company it can take a bit of time for them to get back to you. And quality. A recast can be crappy quality, it can be okay quality, or it can be really good quality. I don't personally like when people say that all recasts are crappy quality or dumb or worthless, or just, I don't say dumb, that's right, but just crappy quality. I'm like, do you know? Have you held a recast? Have you seen them? Because I've seen people compare recast and legit dolls, and sometimes just by looking at the doll, the quality of a recast looks so much better. This girl was comparing a Fairyland Feeble 65 Chloe, and she got a recast in tan skin, and then she got a legit doll in white skin. And the white skin legit doll had like gray spots where the resin was so thin you can see through it, and they both have seam lines. The legit doll didn't pose as like set up as well as the recast, but it did pose better in the arms, but you could hot glue suede. Some things like that, just, I don't understand personally. But as I really don't care. I just want to put this out there because I haven't seen people say it. So there are a lot of excuses why people get recast, and a lot of like back and forth. I watched a lot of videos on this, and I just wanted to bring up the first reason, and we all talk about is your money, the money thing. And this is one that kind of bugs me a lot, is when people tell you that it's try best to kind of, what's the word, insult you for saying that, for speaking the truth. So it is your money. Whether that is selfish to you or hurtful to you, or you're like, well, you affect other people. Well, still, bottom line, whether I affect 1 million people, 1 person, or 2 people, it's still my money, and you need to understand that. You don't have to like that decision, but it's still my money. If personally I don't want to do that, I don't have to do it. It's my money, the money that you buy, the money that you make for your job, the money you beg your parents to give you, etc. It's still your money, whatever means it is. And with that money, I think the one thing I do agree with is you can't afford it. I technically could afford a couple $100 doll if I wanted to. It's just, I feel like it's more like you don't want to pay that, or you're not willing to pay that, you don't feel like paying that. I feel that kind of makes more sense, because technically you could pay it if you did the layaway and everything like that. I'm not saying what you have to say, but to me that makes more sense, that you just don't want to pay that price. You might not think $900 is a good price point for a doll. So personally, if you ask me, Simone, what about that Falcon HID doll, I will tell you right now, I do not want to pay $980 for that doll. That to me is just ridiculous. I would never pay that price point, so most likely I would never get him from the company if he was available. Because I don't think that's a reasonable price for me. That's way more money than anything in my house, period. That's several $100s over my mortgage. That's ridiculous. My laptop was never that price point. My computer over there is still like half the price point of that. That to me is just too ridiculous, and personally I would not pay that price point. I won't say I don't have the money, because yes, I could come up with $1,000 in a couple months. I'm just not going to spend it on a doll. Not a doll. Maybe several dolls, but not a doll. So one thing, I've already kind of touched on quality. I have like notes right here. I've already touched on quality. The quality can be the same. There's some things I didn't go into deep, but I don't like when people bash dolls, as I said before, bash Recast without really knowing, because I've seen people get dolls with air bubbles and they're a legit doll. I've seen people who get dolls and the ears are not the same size like they're supposed to be. I've seen people get dolls, and I said before, thin resin spots, and the company tells you that that's okay, that's normal, we're not giving you a refund. I've seen people get legit dolls, and with certain skin tones you'll get seam lines. A really good recast doll can look just like the original, and most people can't tell a recast from a legit by just looking at it, unless there's like severe deformity. You have to literally open the doll most of the cases and look inside, because the inside of the doll is going to be kind of jacked up, or it's going to be flashing on the fingers and stuff like that. But to me that's really minor. So that's something I don't like. You can get that in any doll, legit or real. You just need to make sure you make a very informed decision. Look up the company before you buy it. Just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, because it is pretty hard to get your money back from a legit company, especially since it's just, a lot of companies do have a long list of things that they find acceptable for the doll to come in. Unless the doll was broken, most likely you're not going to get a refund for your money. So just keep that in mind. Really do research on this. You can always sell it on the secondhand market, but it depends on how popular your doll is and other things like that. Okay, next thing is the artist cry. This is the artist community. That's just well and dandy. It is. A lot of things are artist community. The crafting community is an artist community. The reborn baby community is an artist community. It takes artists to create the papers and create the stamps and create the paints and mix them and all kinds of stuff. It takes an artist to sculpt the reborn babies and the hands and the fingers and all kinds of. It's an artist community. But for me personally, I care about the quality I'm getting. As an artist, I don't support artists because they're artists. That's like me supporting somebody who's black just because they're black. That doesn't make much sense to me. I support you because I like your work, and I think what you give out is deserving of recognition. You deserve to get better, and I want to give you my money, not because you're an artist. I could care less. You can be a Buddhist. I don't see how that really affects me in buying your stuff. So I'm not going to follow an artist off a cliff just because they're an artist. If you're giving out crappy quality, you're giving out bad customer service, you're harassing people. I don't care if you're upset. I really don't. But I feel like no business should go around telling people, I hope karma gets you, because they purchased a recast. I know you're frustrated, but keep some level of decorum. I think that's what I want to say. I don't know. When it comes to interacting with people, because they may not know, they may not, but what interaction are you gonna get? The artist is attacking you in a sense. Okay, the artist is telling you, I hope karma gets you. That's not gonna put a good impression in your head. Why would you stop getting that doll knowing that the artist that made it is literally messaging you and then blocks you. To me, that's just really immature and does not make me want to give you my money. So I understand being frustrated with this. And people ask me, Simone, would you be frustrated with somebody steals your artwork? I'm not gonna lie, yes, I would be frustrated if somebody steals my artwork and sells it. I knew that would happen if I ever sold my artwork and it became popular. That's something I always knew years back before I even knew of the BJD hobby. That's just apparent in everything you do. There are going to be innovators and there are going to be imitators. Sad world, but it's the truth. So I can't say that I would be surprised. I can't talk. I wouldn't say I would be surprised. See, I was about to do the same thing. But it's just kind of going to happen in a sense. As a business, I would take my legal grounds to prevent it as best I could. I would inform my customers or my admirers that I only sell on a certain website, and what they do with that information is what they do with the information. But as a business, I do think it's my responsibility to get rid of my issue that is affecting me and my ability to make more art. So yes, I would be frustrated and I would take legal grounds as best I could. I would protect myself legally to make it possible, impossible to do that. But if the people who like my artwork don't do what I ask and they keep buying those things, I'm just gonna have to eliminate those sources. So if you don't want to pay, you have to come through me or nothing else. So I know it's kind of a cold thing to say, but that's what I would do if it happened to me. I think I would be upset no matter what, but if my artwork was not available anymore, I still would take legal grounds to get rid of those people because it's still my artwork. But I don't think I would be upset, 2-3 years later after I released the artwork and it was limited edition and people are selling that artwork. I would still be upset that they are taking it, and regardless, but it would not financially hurt me. So but I still would take action, me as a business. But I'd be a little bit, what's the word I'm trying to think of, flattered that my work was so popular that years later people still want it. But as I said before, I take legal action as a business and do what I can do. Next thing is the bullying and harassment on both sides. There's a difference. Informing somebody that, hey, you have a recast and that hurts the community is different. It's not bullying, but here's a big but. Don't start to cross that line into harassment. And my biggest thing with that is if you DM somebody and you tell them, hey, look, you have a recast, it hurts the community, you need to stop, and they tell you to leave them alone, and you're like, well, I don't care, you need to stop doing this, that's harassing. You are continuously bothering them after they told you to stop. They actually leave them alone, you don't care. You keep trying to convince them to change. That to me is harassing. That to me is just uncalled for. If they say leave them alone, you're not going to persuade them. So just stop. Just please stop. It's just annoying. So the next couple things I want to talk about are not on my list. And it's some things I keep hearing that you have a stolen doll, you have stolen art, and there is a difference. The person who bought Recast did not steal the art. You are not a thief. You did not steal the art. You don't have a stolen doll, because the company who recast the doll bought the doll, so the doll is legally theirs, but they just illegally reproduced it. That makes it a counterfeit. Okay? In the United States, if you buy counterfeit goods, you are okay. There is no law, I'll read this, no law prohibiting consumers from buying a counterfeit good. If you don't believe me, I'll leave my proof below. So if you want to buy a counterfeit purse, you can. If you want to buy a counterfeit baby food, go ahead. There's no law prohibiting a consumer from buying it for personal use. So just keep that in mind. When people keep yelling at you, illegal, you have a stolen doll. You don't have a stolen doll. You bought that doll. It is a stolen design, not a stolen doll, a stolen design, because the artist sculpted that character, that design, the sculpt, not a doll. It's a stolen design. There's a huge difference, because you're basically saying that they actually went through and went to Imple House or went to Fairyland and like robbed them of the doll. Like, they didn't do that. They bought it legally in the United States. I don't know your country's rules. So yeah. So see about that. So I kind of get tired of that word. I think it's like weird. Like, no, they didn't go and steal it. The next thing is, I know recasts have been becoming very popular over this course of a couple years, and it's kind of to a point where there's just so many people who are in love with recast, or recast supportive. I don't personally care, you know, whatever. If you go on my Instagram, shameless plug, it says pro your money. Whatever your money can do, have fun, go nuts. But my thing is, money talks. It really does talk, and it does affect people. Really, no lie, recasts do affect people. And if you choose to get a recast over a legit doll that is currently being sold, you are affecting the company. You don't have to care, you don't have to do anything about it, but just do be aware that's what you are doing, and that's what people are getting upset about. But my thing is, recasts have been around here and there, and we have just gradually gotten more and more popular. My question is, why? What has turned people away from the company so much that so many people are just advocating recasts? They are yelling recasts, and yeah, it's the price points, the things I mentioned, but things I would want to look at. What are you doing? What is the company doing? Sometimes it's not always them anyways, but that is making people run away, like, to recast. That's something that makes me think, like, what's going on? It's not always this. Some people have very negative experiences with these big brands, and they want to get recast. They don't want to, you know, support the company financially anymore. Some things to think about. It's not always those reasons right there I listed before. The money, faster shipping, more colors, customer service. Yeah, sometimes it's customer service. And then quality. If you have to sign this waiver of all the things you have to accept with your doll, I don't see why you want to keep going back to the company if you might get air bubbles and you can't return it all. If you might get lopsided ears. She was able to get her money back if she wanted it with that story. But, or she was able to get a new head, but they weren't going to be able to promise her the ear situation be fixed. That's just stupid. So she was able to get that. But for me, I feel like that's something that should have came from a recast, not from a company, professional, higher quality, as most people claim. To me, that's just a little bit scary that you just don't really care to do or don't do inspections. And people cry, oh, they're a small company. I was seeing a small company of 6 people plus seasonal packers still answer their emails pretty quickly, and they still produce things. Only have 3 designers making their supplies. So I don't understand that cry of small company. They need to manage their time better. Do something. There's a reason why people are just flocking to recast, and it's becoming such a big epidemic that is really affecting the community. And I don't know what's going to happen with this situation. I really don't know. I can't tell you that I know. I don't know. I'm just kind of watching. But look, don't be a douche about it. You have your opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion. But to me, when people say that, they're going to try to kick you out of I'm going to say reborn. Wrong. They're going to kick you out of the BJD hobby, and they're going to make you leave, and you're not a part, and they're yelling at you. That is not going to help out. If you have a problem with recast and you don't like seeing them, maybe you should leave yourself. Take yourself out of the situation for a bit. And you're like, why do I have to leave? Well, why they have to leave too? And I'm gonna get hate regardless. I don't really care. You know, as I said before, it is your money. I just kind of want to put this to bed. Personally, my thing is, I am not going to just support artists just because they're an artist. I'm never gonna do that. I've already said that. I'm not. So people require artists, they need to eat. Yeah, they do, but I'm not going to support them because of that. They need to give me good quality, good service. And I don't know what they could do. They could maybe make a couple dolls in advance, before the pre-orders. They can ship out faster. I don't know, but to me, waiting a year for a doll is just ridiculous. And I personally don't have that kind of time or patience. I've never waited for something that long. Not after I already bought it. No. But I think it's everything I really want to say, and this is kind of long-winded, but look, enjoy your hobby. Stop trying to throw as much hate. It is a person's decision whether they buy Recast or not. Be there to inform them, but if they say leave me alone, leave them alone and go about your own day. This hobby is to enjoy your dolls and have fun with them. And people say you're selfish and they can't understand the mentality. I understand the mentality. I can see why people go for one or the other. I understand the conflict between the two. But at the end of the day, it is your money. If you want to spend it on that doll for $600, $700, you can. If you want to do a layaway for 17 months, go ahead, have fun. If you don't want to, boom, bam, have fun. I don't care. But for me, $80 for a minifee Chloe, or $60 for a minifee Chloe, $50 for a minifee Chloe is more enticing than, I think it's like $300, $400, $900. I don't know. I can see the appeal. Not every doll on Recast is cheaper. I mean, it's significantly cheaper. I mean, but look, you can do what you can do. Just do your research. Know that there are cheaper companies out there. They're not gonna be as cheap as Recast. But as I said before, if you like a certain sculpt, just getting any old cheap sculpt because it's legit is not going to help you. And I think that's everything I really want to say. So, you know, that's my video. Oh wait, there's one last thing I want to ask this question, and it's I'm so confused about. How does the secondhand market positively affect the artist? Because I don't see how it does. If the seller you are buying from uses that money to buy another doll, then you are, you know, in a way giving your money to the company. But if you only exclusively buy secondhand and those sellers you're buying from use that money to pay bills, go to school, have fun, whatever, buy a car, you're not giving that money to artists, you're giving that money to the community. And if everybody just buys secondhand dolls, the companies are still going to go out of business. It's another thing people should think about. But as I said before, this is a community, but that's not the only reason people get in this hobby. I've been in several hobbies and I didn't take really much part of the community. I did this for me as a way to relax, and that might sound selfish. It might be selfish to some people, but do understand your money affects a lot of people in every aspect of your life. So just keep that in mind. Of course, no one answers the question to me how recast of a non-available scope affects the company. No one still can tell me how that affects somebody to this day. Well, whatever. That's everything I want to say. Alright, hate me in the comments below, or not, I don't know. Any really mean comments I will take out, because I try my best not to be very mean. But just understand, look, this is your community. If you want to have recast majority, just know what you're getting yourself into before you do it. Do your research, have fun, but don't let anybody tell you what community you are not or are in. Make sure you understand that you don't have to be in community to enjoy your dolls. Okay, you can be in the community of yourself and enjoy your dolls to your fullest potential. Just know that you don't have to have somebody accept you to enjoy your hobby. And if you have to have somebody accept you to enjoy your hobby, you might be in the wrong hobby. Let's just be honest. So that's all I really want to say. You get to a point in time where you don't really care what people are telling you and what they have to say about you, because It's your life and your money, and do what you want to do. Have fun. Much love, and I will talk to you later. Go cuddle a doll or something. Bye.